Hello, this is Casey from Casey's Spiritual Corner, and I'm here to do Cancer Love for the Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for March 1st to 15th, 2019. If you're one of my subscribers, thank you for coming back. If you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoyed the channel. Let me know what you like and don't like and what I can improve on, because this is new. Pretty new at media here. So we were doing a 10 card Celtic cross with clarifiers, and then I pulled a romance angel card, and we will go over that. It's interesting because this seems to be popping up in a lot of the readings. So welcome for tuning in. That's okay. 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 It's a whole different energy when you don't have anybody watching. Because I have Casey's Spiritual Corner on YouTube, and I do readings on Friday nights and Sundays, and then I go on Lightworkers Light Feeds on Friday nights too. And it's so different to come in and do readings in here than it is to go in and do readings on that, because on those I have an interactive audience. Here I haven't had an interactive audience at all. So this will be interesting. So, okay, so in this situation we have the Hermit, and this is taking time to go in and seek your own answers. If you have questions, know that you have answers, okay? This is going in within and finding your own light, finding your own source, taking time to be quiet and listen. I always use this as an example because Edison, when he would make a new invention, he would run into a puzzle, couldn't figure out something, so he'd go in and take a nap. So he'd go in and he'd lay down, he'd put a ball on his hand, and as soon as he went to sleep, he would drop the ball. Then he would wake up and he would have an answer to his problem. That was his solution for finding his answers. We can all do that if we would just quiet the mind long enough to listen, okay? So we have the Chariot also. There's been success, there's been forward movement, but you don't quite have a handle on the situation yet. It's not quite all the way in balance. And and it's interesting because these are all three major arcana cards, so these are major lessons. So, and the third one is the Hangman. You've been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, but sometimes you have to step back and look at things from a different perspective in order to get a clear view of what's going on. So that's something that may be a challenge this month. So in the past, we have the Seven of Cups. Okay, you've had to make lots of decisions, lots of choices. There's so many options out there that you don't quite know what to do, okay? So in the now, another major arcana, and in fact, there's a lot of shift and changes for you this month, okay? Because I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 major arcana cards already, okay? And I haven't even pulled the clarifiers yet. So the Sun is the ultimate happiness, everything, your needs fulfilled, your desires, everything. This is just the most wonderful card in the whole deck, okay? Total fulfillment. Oops, that's too many. Okay. Major lessons this month, I'm telling you. Okay, so after the sun, we have a clarifier that's the High Priestess, another major arcana card. Okay, so she's the knower of secrets, the secrets of the universe. She taps into the universe. This is what I'm talking about. Even with the Hermit, you have that ability to tap into the universe and know those secrets also. It's just learning to take the time to do that. But there's balance coming in, understanding what's going on. There's some healing coming in, and it's interesting because here's the new moon. And is the new moon today or tomorrow? But she's like in ecstasy from all the knowing that she has, you know. So the other clarifier is the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups is two souls coming together as one in a loving relationship. Okay, it could be in a business relationship, it could be in a love relationship. Most times it's love relationship, but these people are very, very, very close. Yeah, I knew it was Mercury retrograde too. This Mercury retrograde the past 10 days has been very interesting, the shadow period. So in the future, we have the Strength card. You know, if you've had to tap in and find your own inner resources to discover the inner strength that you had that you didn't even know you had, okay? But you've got to remember also, in order to tame this beast, she had to use gentleness too. So be gentle with yourself. Clarifiers. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Nine. 9 major arcana. Let's see what pops up now. Okay, so along with tapping into your own strength and learning gentleness for yourself, you've had a lot of anxiety, you've had a lot of fears, and sometimes you just feel like you just don't even want to get out of bed. You're not seeing the whole truth of the situation, okay? There's lots of transformation going on, and see, here's a new moon again. I think that this new moon, and this kind of taps in with the Romance Angel card, I think this new moon is bringing out a lot of insecurities in people, and they're really doubting themselves, and it's showing up in the cards too. But that's where you need to use that gentleness on yourself. It's like you're really being hard on yourself. You found that inner strength, but maybe you don't know how to tap into it yet. But you've got to integrate that. In order to come into balance, you've got to integrate that gentleness too. So next we have the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is there's stability going on. There's some new growth. Okay, so the ship is coming in, but the thing about this card is he's facing the ship. So that's telling me that they are open to receiving whatever the ship is bringing in, okay? He's thinking a lot about what's coming in. He's getting a little bit of messages and stuff. But be open to what's coming in. That's a biggie. Because if you do not know how to receive, the universe it can't give to you, okay? So where you're at now is the Queen of Cups. And that is, it doesn't have to be a male or female, but it's a person who is usually of service to mankind in some capacity, whether it's taking care of their family, even when you take care of yourself, you're being of service to mankind, because you have to start with the one in order to change the whole. So Could be a nurse, could be a doctor, could be a caregiver. But this is someone who takes care of everybody's emotional needs. And they are offering a cup of love, okay? And the energy around you, I'm thinking you got somebody coming back from the past. Because we have the Six of Cups here. There's either a situation or a person coming back from the past. This is also having nostalgia from something in the some part of your past, maybe from your childhood, you're missing family, you're homesick, something like that, okay? Now, in your hopes and fears, we have the Temperance. Okay, you're learning to balance your emotions with your passions, okay? You are being advised to be patient. There's a lot going on right now, and there's opportunities for healing going on right now, too. So the result is the Fool. The Fool, you have, okay, so there's seconds and minutes, there's minutes in an hour, there's an hour in 12 hours, etc., etc. They all add up to something big, okay? And when you get to that certain fractal of time, then you have completed a lesson, okay? So now you have completed it successfully and you are ready to move on to new lessons. You are ready to create a whole new life. You are ready to move forward with faith and trust in the universe. They always call him the Fool, but he has this total trust in the universe as he steps off. It's like being a newborn baby, okay? So it's like being reborn again. That's all I can say. Let me pull 2 cards. See, and this is the love reading too. Okay, so with the new beginning is the Ace of Cups. Okay, so aces are gifts from the universe. They are also new beginnings. So you have two things here showing me new beginnings. This one's more of an emotional nature. And I'm gonna say it like this. I think that you were learning to tap into the love for yourself right now. I think that everybody's shaken up so much with this energy that's going on, and they're really going within and looking at themselves. But I think this is new beginnings for yourself rather than with somebody else. But then there is a 2 of Cups here too. So I'm not sure whether, okay, so maybe it's that you learn to love yourself, so you draw in this 2 of Cups. Once you love yourself, you're secure with yourself, you're comfortable with being alone, you're stable, you're secure, you're happy, then you draw in somebody else that's like that also. But this is definitely a new beginning of an emotional nature. But the thing here, we have the little counterpart. We have the 2 of Pentacles. He also has a ship coming in. He has messages coming in. He's trying to balance the prosperity and abundance in his life, which prosperity and abundance is not just money. It's a happy family, safety, security, feeling good about yourself. And the universe has all kinds of opportunities here for you. But he's got his back turned to the ship coming in. That's telling me that he's not open to receiving right now. So you need to switch it up. So I have okay, I'm going to teach you Pod and Pock, okay? Point of destruction and point of creation. These are points that were created that hold you in place, that block you. So you could say something like, so everywhere I believe that that is better to give than it is to receive, I will pod and pock that, Okay, you can look it up. If you look at the Access Consciousness Statement .com, then it'll define what pod and pock is. You can say the whole clearing statement, but it seems to work for a lot of people to say pod and pock. Okay, it shifts the energy. But we're taught by man's reality that it's better to give than it is to receive, so we do not know how to receive. But there are people out there that are good at receiving, and we have to have both because this world is a reality. So tap into the universal reality, which is abundant, and everybody has much more than they need, because he sent us here to be creators, not to go through lack, but be open to receiving. Okay. And the overall card for the whole reading, and this has been, like I said, this has been coming up a lot. This is, you deserve love. You are lovable. And like I said, I think that a lot of people are being put in positions to where they're having to go inside and they're liking and disliking themselves. But you need to go in and love all of yourself, even the shadow side. And the things that you don't like about yourself are things that you need to look at, because this is there's something going around. Mindful Valley has something on Steve Jobs right now. If you can find it, he used to talk about this all the time. He said that he had this monster that was following him around all the time. Okay, and he just couldn't get anything done because there was this dark shadow, this monster following him. He says finally, when he sat down and he looked at the monster, it became his greatest strength. It became his ability to manifest things and create things. And this is, and I recommend to everybody the book, The Dark Side of the Light Chasers by Debbie Ford. She talks about the shadow side and how you need to go and embrace it. Because if you're mad at yourself, or you think that your anger is something that's not healthy, then you're going to push your anger away from you. But that shadow side, that anger, you need that. That's useful. Sometimes it's appropriate to be angry, so you need to, anything that you resist persists. So pay attention, to anything you're going through, anything that you're pushing away. And a good example for this is Dean Ornish has a pain clinic. Okay, and he has these people that are in chronic pain that either don't want to take pain pills or been addicted to them and never want to take them again. So he teaches them how to meditate. And in this meditation, he teaches them to move into the pain. Okay, and when you do that, if I have a sharp pain or something, I go into the pain and it usually dissipates immediately. So he teaches them to move into the pain, and it instead of resisting it, and it makes the pain manageable to where they do not have to have the pain pills. This is an example. It's the same thing with your shadow side. Do not resist it. Go into it and look at it. This becomes your most powerful ally in life. Okay? So I got on my high horse today. But I'm that's one of the things I'm here for, is to educate. We need to get out back to basic spirituality and all the things we've been told that are right and wrong. A lot of our teachings are man's reality is different than God's reality. Let me put it that way. And we've lost the basic spirituality. They go in and say the law of attraction does this and that for you. But the thing is, when you're focusing only on the positive and not dealing with the shadow side also, you're not only losing half of yourself, but you're also you're not learning. You're not learning what your greatest strengths are. Can be your best friend. So I hope that helps. I hope you've learned something, and I will be back. I'm probably going to start this weekend for the rest of the month readings, the end of the month readings, because of Mercury retrograde. But I hope that helped, and thank you for letting me read for you. And I'm going to go on and I'm going to do the Cancer general reading now, and you all have a good night. Thank you.